Now, the process as we understand it, first you get a Ghana card. So for some people, that's already done. But for those who haven't gone, first you get a Ghana card. Then you go online and enter some details from your Ghana card. That will generate a unique code for you. You take that unique code along with your Ghana Post GPS address and take it to your telco, who will then use that information and also take your biometric data, and with that, register your SIM. Let me correct that. Re-register your SIM. What's the problem we're trying to solve with this process?
Okay, so let me take you back to the very first national SIM registration exercise we did. That was in 2010, 2011. If you recall, at that time, people or subscribers were asked to register their SIM cards using some IDs, including the passport, voter's ID, and then the driving license, right? What the process was then was that you would go with your ID to an agent or your mobile network customer care shop, and then they would take the details and then they would register you. Now the process evolved such that the agents could register people on the streets. I mean, agents of the MNOs could register people on the streets. And gradually we found out that there was no verification. So I could take your ID card. If I were an agent, I could take your ID card and register for SIMs in your name without my knowledge. And then I would use this SIM card for crime or for fraudulent activities. There was no way of checking the IDs after you had done that registration to make sure that that ID even belonged to the person who had used it to register that SIM card. So one of the key challenges we're trying to solve with this registration process is to make sure that we actually verify that that Ghana card you have used to do that link, when you do the star 404, that Ghana card belongs to you as an individual and you are the bona fide owner of that Ghana card. We believe this will resolve and solve or mitigate all those issues regarding using wrong SIMs to register SIM cards and all that. Another thing we're also trying to do here is we're also trying to support government's digitalization agenda. If you've realized that government is actually going through a lot of e-government projects and a lot of access to these government services is by the use of a SIM card. How do we create a safe system or a safe network, infrastructure to make sure that all these service provisions are credible and can be trusted? In addition, even the private people, private services and all that. I'm sure since the COVID began, we've had a lot of people using communication services for their businesses. We need to be able to build a database where people can trust. If you go on social media, you hear a lot of scammers and all that. There's no way to trace them. One of the key, or let me say two key stakeholders who really are happy with what we are doing are the mobile money agents, because this can really reduce the fraud within that space. And even when the banking industry, people using people's SIM cards to go and commit some sort of fraud and all that. So it's a whole mix of issues that we are trying to resolve here.